Once, a successful businessman from the city decided to visit a small village. He planned to build a large factory there, certain it would bring him even more success. Confident and ambitious, he began his journey. On the way, he faced a choice. He could take a long road around the river, which would take 30 minutes, or a short 20-minute boat ride across the water. Pressed for time, he chose the boat. The boat was small, steered by a simple village boatman. As they moved slowly across the river, the businessman began a conversation. "Do you know who is sitting in your boat?" he asked proudly. The boatman smiled gently. "No, sir, I don't." Surprised, the businessman continued, "Don't you know who I am?" The boatman shook his head. "No, sir, I never went to school. My father died when I was young, and I had to work to support my family. I never learned to read or write." The businessman chuckled arrogantly. "You can't read or write. What kind of life is that?" The boatman said nothing. He simply continued rowing. After a while, the businessman pointed ahead. "See that land? I will build a factory there and sell bottled water across the city." The boatman looked confused. "Bottled water? What is that?" The businessman scoffed. "You don't even know that? Haven't you ever left this village?" "No, sir," the boatman replied calmly. "I have never left." The businessman shook his head in judgment. But suddenly, the boat struck something hard. Within seconds, water rushed in. The boat began to sink. Panic filled the businessman's eyes. The river was deep and the shore was far away. The boatman turned serious and asked, "Sir, do you know how to swim?" The businessman's voice trembled. "No, I don't." The boatman looked at him quietly and said, "You don't know how to swim? What kind of life is that?" In that moment, the businessman felt his arrogance shatter. "Please save me," he begged. "I'll give you anything." The boatman didn't hesitate. "Hold on to me," he said firmly. With strength and skill, he swam through the deep water, carrying the businessman safely to shore. Breathing heavily on the riverbank, the businessman felt ashamed. His education, his money, his status, none of it had saved him. The man he had judged had saved his life. With humility, he said, "I was wrong. I judged you without understanding your life." The boatman smiled softly. "It's all right, sir. We all have different strengths. Not everyone has the same education, but everyone has value." As the businessman walked away, he understood something powerful. Life is not measured by status or schooling. It is measured by character, skills, and the ability to help others when it truly matters. And from that day on, he never judged a person by what they lacked, but respected them for what they possessed.